here are 5 tips for creating epic movie trailers inside Adobe Premiere Pro. Hello, I'm Mike Russell, and here I've got already some Halloween-y style pumpkins and a voiceover.
October 29th.
So what we're going to do is we're going to add maybe, first of all, something nice to the voiceover. With this epic voiceover, we need potentially a music bed as well. So when we're in the workspaces view, we just want to go to audio, and then we want to browse through Essential Sound, and I'm just going to type in spooky. Let's see what comes up with spooky. Here we go, lots of cool stuff. Let's check out Haunted.
DJ Eli brings you the biggest, the spookiest.
That is exactly what I'm looking for. I can obviously preview other stuff.
DJ Eli brings you the biggest.
That's probably a little bit too much. What about Eerie?
DJ Eli brings you the biggest.
That's good. Or Fright Night.
DJ Eli brings you the biggest, the spookiest.
But I think I'm going to stick with Haunted, and I can just drag and drop it onto the audio track here in my session. Now I've got that, I'm going to be working with a lot of sound effects over here, so I'm going to change the view from video-based to list-based so I can just see my audio clips a little bit better. Now I can zoom in and really work on the voiceover first of all. So the next tip I'm going to give you is a quick chain to make this voice really pump out and jump out. Use the G key to increase the gain, normalize it to -1 dB to make it nice and loud, and then we'll go over to the edit menu and we'll use dialogue on the essential sound here. This way I can increase the clarity really quickly. I can add on some EQ, and I'm going to go for, let's go for podcast voice, or maybe even vocal presence. That would be really good.
October 29th.
Oh, that's cool.
DJ Eli.
Now you can hear just with a little bit of essential sound here, we've got a really great sound. Let's take this off now, everything I've just added.
October 29th.
And then we'll add it all on and listen to the difference.
October 29th.
Really cool. If we want to get creative, we can add some reverb as well. And there's some really good ones here. Thicken voice is quite good. Let's try that.
October 29th.
So we've got this sound, or we've got warm voice.
DJ Eli.
And we've also got church, which might be a good one. Let's try that again.
October 29th.
That's probably a bit much, but we can always roll off the amount by simply sliding down a bit so we've not got so much reverb. Let's play that now.
October 29th. DJ Eli.
That's sounding really good. And a little finalization here. I'm actually going to go over to my effects, and I'm going to go and find the multi-band compressor, and I'm going to drop that on. So multi-band compressor to my voiceover track right here. And now I can go actually, if we change the workspace here, let's go to the editing workspace. And we can look at effect controls here. Multiband compressor is the last one here. So let's bring that in, and let's go for Pop Master as a good preset.
October 29th. DJ Eli brings you the biggest, the spookiest Halloween party.
Okay, now we've got a really good epic movie trailer style voice going on there. I can obviously then go ahead and go back to my effect controls for this, and if I wanted, I could disable everything and listen to it all from the start again before we did any essential sound or multi-band compressor. Let's switch that all off and play it back, and then we'll switch it all on.
October 29th.
Back on.
DJ Eli brings you the biggest, the spookiest Halloween party.
And you can hear that
turn up.
I enabled the multi-band compressor last, and that really made a huge difference. Now I'm going to go up here to my workspaces. I'm going to go for captions and graphics, and we'll go ahead and we'll find like a nice graphic that I can insert here. Motion graphic template, anything that works really well. In fact, there's some good stuff here. Let's put this one in at the start. And we'll go in and edit it. And then if I actually go and load this up, we can actually put here into the text. So let's go and look for, here we go, presents. We can say October 29th. Like that, and we can change anything we want here. So we can change the logo as well. We can put more text on if we want. Do you know what? I'm actually going to get rid of everything else, so we can get rid of what we want. We can hide it there from the clip like that. We could just have October 29th like that, or we can edit this clip however we wish, or we can even go ahead and change it out. We're not quite happy with this. We haven't got a logo. Maybe we'll want something more of a sort of overlay like this. We can go and drag this in. And then again, I can just double click to edit this. So again, selecting everything here, we can say October 29th. And then we can change this to DJ Eli like that. And then we'll see it come fade in.
October 29th.
And if I want to stretch this out a little bit, I can stretch this out a bit more.
October 29th. DJ Eli brings you the big.
And I can actually bring that over a little bit so it matches in.
October 29th. DJ Eli.
There we go. And we've got a really nice motion graphic template that's going with my Halloween background that's already sounding absolutely amazing. Now, if I want, I can go back to my audio view and go ahead and drag in some of those audio clips to really make this sound good. So let's go over here. Let's go back to my project and everything is now listed. So I've got a creepy wipe here and I can drag that in on audio track 3. Let's zoom in and listen to the difference. Let's get this all synced up nicely.
October 29th. DJ Eli.
Now that's obviously way too loud, so I can mark it in Essential Sound as a sound effect. That should bring it back down into the background.
October 29th.
And if I use the loudness auto match here, that's going to make it a bit quieter.
October 29th. DJ Eli.
And we can also go ahead and manually change the volume here by changing the volume control here. Make it a bit quieter.
DJ Eli.
That's better.
Brings you the biggest, the spookiest Halloween party.
And then there's another clip. I can also put in this breaker here, which might be really good. Let's put that in, see how that sounds. Let's listen.
Halloween party.
Now that's again very loud, so mark it as a sound effect and bring the volume of the clip down a little bit. Let's listen.
Halloween party. Come turn up.
There you go, and you can hear already, so by picking a music bed, we used Adobe Stock to find that. We also got an epic voiceover, and we did some really good EQ in Essential Sound, added a multiband compressor. We've used sound effects that you can grab, by the way, at mrc.fm/SFX. There's also the opportunity to do some final mastering and reverb as well to really make this sound good, and that would be on the mix channel here. That's the overall mix of music, voiceover and sound effects. And so over here in the audio view, I'm going to pop this open, and first of all I'm going to go down to special and I'm going to look for the wonderful mastering effect here, and there I can go in and add on something called subtle clarity that will just make this cinematic movie trailer pop out. Let's listen.
October 29th. DJ Eli brings you the biggest, the spookiest Halloween party.
Now, if we find the music is probably still a little bit loud in the mix, we can actually go and mark this as music in Essential Sound and then go to the loudness and auto match it. Should bring the levels down a little bit so that it's not competing so much.
October 29th. DJ Eli brings you the biggest, the spookiest Halloween party.
And now, as you can hear, all of the sound effects, all the music, all the voiceovers are perfectly matched. We've got a little bit of subtle EQ going on here, tiny bit of mastering reverb applied to the whole mix that we've got. The exciter can also be increased if we want to saturate the high end, make it really pop out. If it's cinematic, we want that real big sound to it. So let's increase that and listen.
October 29th. DJ Eli brings you.
So you hear as I move that up, it's getting really crisp.
The biggest.
That's probably too crisp. Let's bring that down. About 20 to 25% is a good place.
The spookiest.
And there you hear we have an amazing cinematic trailer. Now, if you were working with multiple clips, for instance, say we were making cuts here and we had a bit of a music bed, we can also use markers here as to where the voiceover changes by pressing M and then M. So we can place on markers right here. So actually, we've got the marker opportunity here. So M is the quick way to get your marker in, and this will give you a marker color opportunity as well. So if we want to go for like a spooky violet there or purple, we can do so. And then we're going to start getting markers on either individual audio tracks, or if we click up here on the time bar, we can place them overall here. So if we wanted to make scene changes, we can then later on snap different clips and different sound effects to different markers that we've placed in our audio. And those are 5 amazing tips to create your own cinematic movie trailer right inside Adobe Premiere Pro. I really hope that you're enjoying this series. And by the way, if you want to make some quick presets to make voices sound better in Premiere Pro, you better click that video somewhere on the screen now. And if you need any help with your audio, just let me know in the comments down below.